Greetings to respect faculty. My name is Muskan and I am from AI&ML section B. So today I'm going to present a topic called how do you adapt your speech to different audience. So let's move into the topic. First of all, I just want to introduce this topic. Why to adapt your speech. So there are certain points which I have to discuss here. It includes some points like it builds trust and connection, and it ensures messages comprehension by, and it enhances audience engagement. Builds trust and connection. It means adopting your speech shows that you value your audience and are willing to meet them where they are. This fosters trust and a sense of mutual respect. Next, it includes about ensures message comprehension. Ensures message comprehension means by tailoring language, examples, and tone, you may make it easier for your audience to understand and retain your message. So next, it comes to enhances audience engagement. It when your speech aligns with the audience interests and needs, they are more likely to stay attentive and actively participate. So there are certain key points that I have discussed just now to why to adapt your speech. So next we have. Next, let's move into the topic that is to know your audience. What is to know your audience? What is the need of to know your audience? There are certain reasons why we have to know our audience is demographics and psychographics and content. So, what is demographics? Demographics includes it considers the basic characteristics of your audience such as age, gender, ethnicity, and education background. These factors can influence the language and examples you choose. Like based on different ages and certain age differences, people like to involve people do involve in interests based on their ages and their genders. So it's about a psychographic. Psychographics is the understand their interests, values, beliefs, and attitudes. Knowing what motivates the resonance with them can make your message more compelling. See, based on the generation, the people changes, the people's interest changes. So based on the generation, based on the ages, we have to discuss, we have to know about our audience. Next, coming to content. Content is a account for the occasion, setting, and expectations of your audience. Are they attending a formal conference, a casual team meeting, or a celebrity event? So we have to know about our audience, that whether the audience is able to attend the conference, a formal conference, or the casual team meeting, or a celebrity event. So there is it is much more important to know about your audience, so that when you speak with the people, then they can understand you. Next core topic is about research your audience. It includes some points like leave areas, service, and questionnaires. Next, observe and analyze past interactions, then conduct stakeholder interviews. Leave average service and questionnaires. It includes the create simple targeted service to gather information about your audience preferences, interests, and knowledge levels. And this allows you to craft a message that directly addresses these needs. Next, coming to why to observe and analyze is past interaction. It is very important to observe and analyze past interaction when we were speaking with the audience. That is because it reviews, recordings, feedback, or notes from previous engagements with the same audience. Then it identifies patterns and it recurring questions and preferences to inform your approach. Next, it is about the conduct stakeholder interviews. It includes speaking directly with event organizers, team leaders, or community representatives to understand the audience expectations and key concerns. So there are 3 points just now I have discussed about research your audience, that is early average service and questionnaires, and observe analyze past interaction, then conduct stakeholder. Let's move on to the topic. Next slide is about tailoring your content. What is the need to tailor your content? There are points I have to discuss here, that is to choose relevant examples and stories, and then align content with audience goals, incorporate cultural and regional context. Choose relevant examples and stories. It means it illustrates your points with anecdotes, case studies, or analogies, so that the persons or the audience interest may increase on your in listening your speech. Then it analyzes the resonate with the audience experiences and interest. Next, align your content with audience goals. Understand what your audience hopes to gain from your presentation and structure your content to meet those expectations. So it is very important to understand what your audience hopes to gain about from your presentation. Because to know about them, then it is easy to interact with them. Then it is easy to speak with them. Then your audience can listen you very carefully so that your speech may be very much attractive for that, so that the person who are the listeners, they may understand about you, what you're trying to say or what you're trying to explain. Next topic is about in corporate cultural and religious context. Its references local examples, idioms, or trends that add relevance and familiarity to your speech. So while telling your context, it is better to add idioms, and it is better to add some trends, because it may give attraction to your speech. What you are able to speak, it gives interest to the people who are listening your speech. So next is about body language. So one of the main important thing in the public speaking is about a body language. Body language is includes body language means there are certain points which includes body language, like you have to maintain eye contact, use purposeful gestures, control your voice, stand with confidence. So like you picture, you can see here body language, it includes non-verbal communication, and then definition and interpretation, gestures, expression, physical interaction. So there are certain points which includes body language. See, body matters more when we speak, more than our words. Our body speaks more, I think. So body language is so much important. So there are points I have to discuss here. Maintain eye contact. Maintain eye contact means it establishing an eye contact creates a sense of connection. It means it creates a sense of confidence. It reassures your audience that you are focused and engaged with them. So maintaining eye contact is very much important. So when you maintain the eye contact, you gain confidence with yourself, and you can speak it very well, so that your audience, who are your listeners, they think they have an opinion on you, that you are a good speaker. Next up, use purposeful gestures. See, I have already told you, like body language matters more than your words, because it expresses our feelings, what we are trying to say. Use purposeful gestures. It means employ gestures to emphasize critical points, illustrate concepts, or add energy to your delivery. Avoid repetitive distracting movements. Next, control your voice. Speak clearly and modulate your pitch and pace to maintain interest. Use pauses strategically to let a key points. So it is not like that sometimes you speak in a low voice, sometimes you speak in a high voice. Maintain a common uh, common voice, so that your audience can understand you. Control your own voice. Speak clearly so that your audience can or hear you very carefully. Next, it about stand with confidence. Maintain upright posture to convey authority and self assurance. So it is very important to stand with confidence also. So maintaining eye contact and stay in confidence, standing in confidence also makes sense that the speaker is a very confident, and it sends the audience to listen you very carefully. So it's about body language. It is the one of the main thing in communication process, I think so. Next, about engaging your audience. So it is important, it is as usual important to engage your audience. Like it why I have to engage your audience, it means it engagement matters. Then strategies for engagement. What is the strategies? First of all, why engagement matters? Because it keeps attention focused on your speech. It encourages active listening and retention. It builds a stronger connection with your audience. Next, what are the strategies for engagement? It asks thought-provoking question. It uses interactive techniques, and it incorporates storytelling, encourage participation, use humor and relatable content. So it's about engaging your audience. Next, I have to discuss about adapting to feedback. So after completing your communication, it is so far important to adapt your communication, adapt to feedback, because you have to know that why what your audience had gained from your speech, what they have understood from your speech. So it is important for adapting your feedback. So it includes certain points like read audience reactions in real times. Like you can see by their face expression that where your audience is able to listen you, or by using their facial expressions you can understand that whether your audience is understandable you or not. Next, about analyze and reflect. Review all feedback critically to identify areas for improvement and strengths to build upon. Iterate for future success. It means use insights gained to refine your presentation style, content, and approach to subsequent engagements. Acknowledgement, feedback, publicity. It when applicable, thank your audience for their contributions and demonstrated how their input shapes for your work. So it also includes like a kind of etiquette when you thank your audience for. So it's about adapting your feedback. When you adapt to feedback, it includes the attention in the people that you are a good speaker. Next, what are these common mistakes to avoid in speaking is There are certain common mistakes to avoid speaking is speaking too fast or too slow, overloading with information, ignoring audience signals, using inappropriate tongue or a language, failing to prepare. So when you ignore your audience, it includes speaking or too fast or too slow. It means maintain an appropriate space to keep your audience engaged and ensure clarity. So don't speak with a too fast or don't speak with a too slow voice. Maintain your speaking skill so that your audience may understand you. Overloading with information, it means avoid overwhelming your audience with excessive details, focuses on key messages and actionable insights. Ignoring audience signals, so it is not why it pays the attention verbal and non-verbal causes to adjust your delivery in real time. Using appropriate tongue or language, so it is important to use your appropriate tongue or language. It ensures your speech style aligns with the audience expectations and sensitivities. Failing to prepare, it means lack of research or rehearsal can lead to disorganization and loss of audience trust. So here I have discussed some of the topics like right now. So let's retime the topic so that recap the topic. First of all, I have discussed about why to adapt your speech. Then I have discussed here now what to know your audience. Then I have discussed about research your audience. There are certain points I have told here. Then it is tailoring your content, and then it is. Then I told about body language, which is very much important in communication or in speaking. Next, I have discussed here about engaging your audience, why to engage your audience, and next I have discussed about adapting to feedback. It is also a very important point in start of communication. Then I have discussed about common mistakes to avoid so that you can make your communication so effective. Then I have to conclude this topic. There are with these certain points. Is the recap of your points, that is know your audience, adapt your speech, engage effectively, stay flexible. I want to conclude this topic with certain points like to know your audience, adapt your speech, and engage effectively, stay flexible. Know your audience, it means conduct and research demographics, expectations, and context. As I already told you that based on generation to generation, the people's interest may change. So what you're trying to speak with a small child, it is you can speak very easily with an older, I mean with an adult person. So based on the age and gender and on age differences, the people's interest may change. Next is to adopt your speech, tailor your tone, language, examples to audience preferences. It is important to express an examples to your audience so that your audience may understand it very easily. And sometimes based on the time and situation, you may crack some jokes like your audience may understand you, and it pays an a kind of interaction. It pays an it kind of attention. Next, it's about engage effectively. Use questions, storytelling, interaction to maintain attention. Stay flexible. Be prepared to adjust your delivery based on audience feedback. It's about conclusion, and I have to quote a simple quote. Lastly, I just want to quote, which was given by Jim Rohn. It's effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel what you know. It's about a quote, and that's all. Thank you.